All right, so remember the Camaro project? I was kind of at a loss what to do with it, but it did come with, new floor pans, trunk pans, tail light panel, all the, everything, right? Quarters, the works. But at the end of the day, it's still just a 6-cylinder car. Doesn't really mean anything to me. And to restore it would kill me, physically kill me. I hate doing stuff like that. So let's have some fun with it, right? Turns out the wheelbase of a Camaro is 9 foot, which is the exact same as a Chevy Blazer. And I happen to have an extra Chevy Blazer sitting over there in the bush that I just cut apart this weekend. There's the cab for it all cut apart, sold all the parts off, but there's the chassis there. So now the plan is to get this thing structurally sound enough to be able to transport and put on top of this, and then put all the new floors in it and put everything in it, but of course modify it for the chassis of the Blazer. And I don't want it all jacked up hillbilly 4x4 like. I just want it, unfortunately I have to reference, was it the latest Too Fast, Too Furious, whatever, one of those movies, but there was a silver one in it. That was, it looked like a 4x4, but it wasn't jacked up hillbilly level 4x4. So that's the plan right now. Put this on that. Let's get going. So now that the front clip is off, we can see how toasted it really is. So of course all the lower parts are gone. Everything close to the ground rots, right? You got the bottom of the wiper motors all toast up in there. Obviously that's just not even held on anymore. Same on this side, but I don't think that's really gonna matter. I'm not restoring it, so kind of don't care. I can fix all that up easy enough. All right, let's get this thing jacked up, and I should probably put some rebars in here now before it falls apart. Okay, so the bracing's in. Got it all in there. It's good enough for now. The firewall will hold the front, that'll hold the back. The back of the car is completely euchred as well, but I'm not really concerned with bracing that, because the new trunk lid will tell me where everything needs to go once I get it all cut out. Basically, let's just remove the floor sections now, make this car lighter. Maybe I can just leave the front flip right on the ground there. Who cares? I'm not going to use it, so just leave it on the ground, just lift the body right off of it. Same thing with the rear axle. Since it's not attached or anything, I'll just cut all the metal around it and just lift the body off the axle and just leave the whole driveline there. See if we can do something like that. Let's get cutting. All right, so the floors are more or less cut out. See, the leaf springs are right through the floors. Shock towers are already disconnected themselves. So I left that cross member in there for now, because I don't even know what it's doing really. I guess it's holding up the bent parcel tray. Don't know. So now I gotta get 4 bolts out, it seems. I got the bolts in the front of the subframe in the front, bolts in the back, which are, probably not gonna come up very nice. I just cut the shifter out, so all I can just lower with it when I raise the body up. So now let's get those bolts out and see if I can get the car raised a little bit as it's starting to rain now. That was a lot of work, but she's off. Not much left of it. Kind of funny actually, leaving the drive shaft and everything attached to it. So looks like I have a complete 67 Camaro driveline for sale if you know anybody that's interested. First come, first serve. So let me get this area cleaned up, move all the stuff off that chassis. I mean, I know it's not going to be a final fitment, but I just want to put that body on the chassis just to look at it, you know, and start dreaming. So let's get it on. All right, so the body is now mounted on the chassis. Not 100% happy with it yet, because you can see how high it sits. Like, look at that, man. That's way too goofy. So, but the floor pans are sitting on top of the frame there, so I can't get it down any lower. So I'll cut everything out, and then channel the body over top of the frame, at least till I can get the rocker, you know, in line with the bottom of the frame there. And that'll bring that down at least 6 inches or so, and then see what kind of tires will work on there. But something big, you know, like 35, 31, 33, somewhere in there maybe. The back of the frame, you can see that's all hanging up for the old bumper where the balance is. So I'll have to cut that off, put a new cross member so I can drop that across there. And just, of course, clean up everything in there and get the new... Well, that's a good point. If the old trunk pan was here, I got at least 6 inches of room to bring the back end down before the trunk panel make contact with the back of the frame. So I think that'll work out. But that's way too much. So either way, next stage is channeling. If you want to see more, subscribe. And if you thought this video was slightly entertaining, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that. So on to the next phase. But for now, I'm just going to clean up, go walk my dog, and go eat some dinner.